Hey guys, if you're thinking about moving to Rio Rancho or relocating to Rio Rancho, there are a lot of things we need to talk about. But one of the things we need to talk about is pizza, okay? Now, I grew up in Brooklyn on the border of Brighton Beach and Coney Island. So there was a lot of pizza there. We had Rocco's Pizzeria. When we were kids, we would spend like an hour or 2 hours after school and most of our lunchtime. And you could get 2 slices and a Coke for $1. And so all you needed is $1 for lunch. It was delicious pizza. Down the block, they had Connie's Pizzeria, who was a little bit more famous back in the day for delivering. You call them and they'd be like, "Hello, Connie's." And in like maybe 10 minutes, they'd be at your house with a really hot pie. So like for those parties, you know, in people's apartments and what have you, always 2-3 pies from Connie's. So I know a little bit about pizza, not a lot, but you know what you like, right? So if you're moving here, here are a couple of things you need to know. In Rio Rancho, there's one place called Little Bear Pizza. It's like a little mom and pop kind of cult status thing. You know, they've got like every topping under the sun. And of course, they've got green chili pepperoni, which we could talk about green chili separately. That is an entire video once you're talking about New Mexico, right? And then second is, if any of you are coming from Chicago, you're probably going to think, okay, can I get some deep dish pizza here? So what's really popular here is Pizza 9. Pizza 9 has a lot of different sizes of deep dish pizza. You can have it any way you want. And of course, you know, all of these guys, you know, you can get it right at your home. But some of these places are pretty cool just to, you know, bring the family and go out to eat. One big name in New Mexico, and particularly like Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, is Dion's. And Dion's is actually famous for their ranch dressing and a couple of other different dressings. So people will dip their pizza in ranch dressing. They'll pour the ranch dressing on the pizza. Like, I'm just a messenger, guys. Don't shoot. You know, you can have your pizza any way you want. I'm just letting you know, and then you can play the pizza game yourself. But Dion's also really good one, green chili ham combo, right? So again, a whole separate video on chili, right? Okay, there's an Italian restaurant called Venitucci's Moderno, right? Wood-fired oven pizza. Back in the day, we didn't even, well, there was one place in Coney Island called Titone's Pizza, and it was like a little one of those cult following joints as well. You had to know about it, but once you knew about it, like, you could hang out there with all your friends. A lot of gangsters used to go there. You know, you'd be sitting in the corner whispering, "Hey, you know who that is? You know who that is?" It was kind of like stupid of us. Like, I look back and I don't even know how we survived those years. But it was fun to go to Titone's Pizza. I think they just recently closed it, to tell you the truth. Okay, back to our story. So there's another place called Slice and Dice. Slice and Dice has like a fun theme where you can just go play board games, and you know, it's more like you just go for the fun and the pizza is the side dish, no pun intended, right? So, you know, for a night out, go try it and have fun. Now, for me, you know, again, coming from Brooklyn and having grown up on a certain style, I would recommend, I recommend them all, right? They're all good. But if you want that kind of like official version, try Venetia's. First of all, the slices are huge. Like when I first got here, I was like, oh my God, 2 slices and I'm good for like 8 hours, right? And the thing is, it really tastes like New York pizza. So, you know, I think they may have came from New York a couple of generations ago. I don't really know the story. I guess I'm going to have to go in and talk to them and do a whole nother video since they're practically sponsoring this one. But the bottom line is this, guys. You are not going to miss where you live from the standpoint of food to eat. And again, I'll do another video on chili, and I'll do another video on just like all other restaurants. But when it comes to pizza, you can't go wrong here. You have more than enough. So one last thing I would recommend, if you are living in another city and you want to come down here for, let's say, a weekend, or like a holiday weekend or a week, and go look at homes and really get a flavor for the area, I'll drive you around, show you the good spots, the not so good spots, the good restaurants, the dive restaurants, whatever, and also the tourist spots. There's a lot of cool things to see here. And when you leave, you will probably want to move here, and you may have already picked out the house, because we could, of course, do that too. I don't know if you know, it said it on the title, but I didn't really talk about it during the video. They call me the new home guy. I know all the builders in Albuquerque and Rio Rancho. There's about 9 builders in Rio Rancho. And so I have like a tour that I'll take you to all the builders, or at least the ones that meet your criteria. And, we'll go check out the models and you see what you like. So on that note, guys, go have some pizza tonight, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Want a list of every single Rio Rancho home for sale right now? Type the word list in the comment below.